So,
but you know the irony behind it is Shannon Sharpe had to deal with Backlash also, which is the irony behind it all.
Yeah. So
that no matter which end of the spectrum you on, you dealing with backlash. Whether you on the end that everybody's praising, or whether you on the end everybody's insulting. Like they both deal with backlash.
How do you do 45 to 50 million on a video, on an interview, and still got to deal with negative critiques, and then feel some kind of way about it? Because if I was Shannon Sharpe, I wouldn't have said nothing. I wouldn't have responded to none of the critiques. Like, I'm sitting on 50 million views. How about you?
Yeah.
Took no credit. So, like, say what you want to say. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you
had to respond, man.
Yeah.
But people didn't like the way he did the interview. Ain't that crazy? You know what I'm saying?
True,
like,
true. Yeah, he should.
I gave you obviously what's the most entertaining thing in almost YouTube history, because I think it's the second highest rated interview of all time on YouTube.
It's gotta be.
I think I heard that statistic. It's the second highest rated interview of all time on the history of YouTube since YouTube started. And you have something to say about how I did the interview. I did it right. Obviously, people are entertained. Are you not entertained? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but like you said, he didn't have to even address that. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, I did me. You go do you. You know what I'm saying? Don't sit on the sideline and judge. You know what I'm saying? Go do some work. Like, I saw Steven Jackson saying I would have never let him talk about my people like that. It's like, cool, Steven, but you never get those results either. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
where's your 50 million? But based on the last episode, what about integrity, man? What about your integrity? Did you tell your integrity? And you gonna have an interview with somebody and they're gonna talk about me, your boy, for 20 plus years to get 50 million? I'm still worried about that. You better say something.
Yeah.
You better stand up for me, man.
Yeah. But that's the fight that you got to choose. You know what I'm saying? So you can run your mouth about it, but that's your that's your fight. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so don't complain about that. The fact that that he had, you know, how he did the interview, and you're not going to, and you, I don't know, man. It's like where it gets weird. Go ahead.
Simple resolve for the Shannon Sharpe thing. As simple as this. I don't know if he did it or if he didn't. But especially if you're my boy and I know you got an interview with such and such, and they're going to say all this trash about me, and you got an interview in the tuck. Interview's already done. You rapped. I let the man talk. That's my style of interviewing. I'm not going to interject. I'm going to just let the man, I'm going to let whoever I'm interviewing just go. But I'm going to pick up the phone for those personal relationships I have. Hey, Steve. Hey, Sid. Hey, whoever. Hey, I did this interview. It's going to come out. Katt Williams is saying these things. I don't feel this way. But I had to let him talk. It's my style of journalism or entertainment or interviewing. I wanted to let him talk so he can say what he had to say. I don't agree, but boom, this is what's going to be said. So you can brace for it. That's the only fix I say that should have happened on Shannon Sharpe's side.
That's thorough, what you're saying. But at the same time, Shannon let them cook when they was on the show and say whatever they needed to say. You know what I'm saying? So it goes both ways.
They know his style of interviewing. They know what they expect. I let him cook. I let him cook. That's it. So, hey, look, he cooked.
That's it. He cooked.
The ingredients.
You were one of the ingredients, and he made one hell of a recipe too. He made a hell of a dish. He fed a lot of people off this one. So be prepared. But ultimately, right, that's the problem with a lot of these interviews, because when you get into being a journalist, it's a whole nother world. I get that you want to respect your relationships, and that does get into the whole world of integrity. But when you are a journalist, it's different, because you can't be cutting your people off. As a journalist, I'm not there to listen to you talk. I'm there to listen to Katt Williams. And why would you cut him off when he's talking? That's not an interview. I don't want to hear what Shannon got to say right now. I'm here to hear what Katt got to say. Ask Katt some questions and let the man talk. I can't stand watching the interview with people being there just constantly cutting them off and not letting them talk. And then you never hear what the person, and I was like, I wanted to hear what the interviewer was going to say right there, but you cut them off. Like,
Nori,
it's like, hey,
Nori, drink champ.
Nori's great at that. Like, you know, like, dang, Nori, he almost said something. I wanted to hear it.
And when Nori should have cut somebody off, he didn't. It was like, that's the day you should have interrupted when he did the Kanye joint. Oh, that's the day you want to be quiet and not interrupt? Okay. But let me ask you this, Zach.
Exactly.
You brought up a point that that like brought some thought to my head, right? So